So I've been reading your descriptions on your videos lately, and you don't mention my name anymore, which I'm a bit sad about. But you do say if you've read this far, you are a special individual.
Yeah.
And every time I've read it and I read those words, I puff my chest out a little bit and I say to myself, "You're a special individual, Glenn."
Good.
I'm not
Because
special.
I might not mention you by name every time, but I know you're the only one reading them, so I do have you in mind when I write them.
Dear Glenn.
Yeah. I didn't read them because you said something about free beer once.
Yeah, that one time. But I just realized something. I mean, we are talking about our videos after we publish them, and we do talk about upcoming projects, but it seems to be a trend that none of us seems to give anyone a heads up that I'm about to upload a video. So it's like I was sitting yesterday working on something and just having YouTube on in the background. And, hey, KJ just posted a video. And I remember I did the last video that you did, Glenn. It was the same. I was just looking for something and then, ta-da, there's, what? He published it now?
I think you should just take it as a clue. When we're all quite active on our little group together, aren't we? We're quite chatty. And when one of us goes quiet, I think that's the sign that he's working on a video and it's getting close. Like, is he dead or is he just about to publish a video?
Or maybe both. Both. Yeah.
He's gone quiet. He's about to climax. Yes.
Oh. Yeah, and then you publish and it's like, was that it?
Just like sex.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that the disappointment you get when I do one of my short 3-minute videos?
No, I like them short and sweet and not so much fuffing about.
Yeah.
Well, I like them a bit lengthy, but yeah, I also like them talky. So I mean, it's...
Does it not put you off?
Well, I'm the one doing the talking. So...
Oh, that's weird. Liking to hear your own voice during. Yeah. Oh. We went and saw the Minecraft movie just the other week. That was a weird experience, I must say.
Is it any good? It's got a good cast.
Yeah, it was rather decent, but it felt like everyone got the direction more. Because, I mean, you're not going to get an Academy Award for that performance. It was
Right.
very much a lot, I would say. but for whatever it was decent. But it was a bit weird. I mean, we didn't get the full people screaming and jumping around and throwing stuff thing that they got in America. But there was some kids there who were more or less hooting and howling every time they said a line that was in the trailer. That was a bit weird.
Have you ever played Minecraft?
Yeah.
Yeah,
my kids love it, so...
Yeah, my boy had a bit of a run on it, but I've never seen it, to be honest with you, in real life. I really don't know what it's about, what you do. Yeah,
my kids play it on the Switch, so it's on the living room TV, so we get to see a lot of it, and especially the youngest loves to build stuff in it. I think he thinks in blocks because he really likes both Lego and Minecraft to express himself. Nice. And Plus it's called one of those plastic. It's like two pluses stuck together. And then you can build stuff, and he builds flags and monsters and weapons. A lot of weapons for some reason.
Just like his dad.
Wonder where they got that from.
Now that I say it, yes, I can see the resemblance.
talking about gaming though, I think I would have been massively into to building things. I mean, it gives a bit of like SimCity, Transport Tycoon vibe combined with early 3D games. But given the what you call it forced hiatus this Easter, there is a game that I used to play. I think it came out in '94 or '95, and then I loved that as a kid. And then a few years ago, or I actually checked this yesterday, and it's 5 years ago. But in 2020, they made the sequel. So I think the original was called Beneath a Steel Sky, which is like
Ah,
a click and
that's great.
like you're walking around in a futuristic city solving crime. And then they made a new one called Beyond the Steel Sky,
Hmm.
but very much like a homage to the original. And I just saved that as like I'm gonna play that at some point, but never have time to do gaming anymore. And then I saw some ad here the other day that they're redoing some of the early versions of World of Warcraft, like a 20-year anniversary, and then you can go back and play that as it was back then. And I thought I got 4 days to kill. Should I spend an entire evening just gaming? And then I thought about that game. It's like, all right, I did the first one in a day when I just set my mind to it. And then should I download the sequel now and just like tomorrow evening just buy a 6-pack of beer, a bag of chips, and just like play for 12 hours straight to see if I can get around it? But
No,
no.
no,
All
you'll
right.
hate yourself afterwards, I think.
Yeah, but then again, I mean, I remember it's so nice to just dive into a game and just focus on that, nothing else. And now I have nothing else that I can do. I don't have to feel bad about the family because they're away with the rest of the family at a cabin, so I don't have to feel bad for not attending or so. I am truly left to my own devices, and should I just do gaming for old time's sake for like one day?
It might be worth it just to come up with new project ideas because I'm pretty sure an hour or two in, you'll start having your mind will start to wander and you'll start coming up with different ideas. It's probably worth it from that point of view, to be honest with you.
Yeah, or maybe because I got OBS, so I could film everything and make it, and I could just talk while I'm playing, and then
Be a
I could make
streamer
a
instead.
12-hour gaming video. Maybe maybe that's me now.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a gaming channel. Who knows?
Why don't you
Yeah,
set up another channel, a gaming channel,
yeah.
and film the whole process of you? I'm going to set this channel up and let's see how many views it gets, and put that out as a standalone video on your own channel.
Behind the
And
games.
and you can put a gaming one on you as well. Does that make any sense? Two videos, one on
Well,
multiple.
I had two gens, so
Yeah.
you might make sense, but not to me right now. But yeah, but I could at least film it while I play it, so I
Yeah.
have the raw footage, and then I could see what I can use it for.
I must admit, I some of my free time the last month or so has been going to playing SteamWorld Heist 2 because I really I really like all the games in the SteamWorld series. And I mean, in the evenings when you're really knackered and don't feel like anything, sitting on the sofa and just playing a nice turn-based game, that is slow paced, and yeah, that's really nice just to relax for me at least. But you feel a
I
bit
mean,
guilty if you do it too much because it can take a lot of time.
yeah, but then again, it's better than just scrolling on your phone on like mindless like Instagram or
Yeah,
whatever, and
Mm.
just ads and mindless crap. I mean, except our content, of course. I mean,
that's
you
the
should
crap.
watch that if you're listening. I mean, that is gold, but everything else, it's crap. So if you want to do some gaming, that's better, I think. Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll download a game on my phone and I'll spend an hour or so on it and then feel really guilty and just delete it.
Yeah. Sometimes that's the motivation you need to actually get stuff done. Realize that I wasted an hour on pointless.
Yeah.
But some of it, though, I mean, instead of doom scrolling on Instagram, I really miss having a simple game like the original Tetris. And I think maybe 10 years ago, I had a version that was working brilliantly on my phone. But of course, if you're trying to download it, you can't get the original or something similar today, because now the kids who are playing, they need a lot of colors and speed and sound and explosion and changing scenery and whatnot. So if you try to download some of them today, there are some various versions. I just want the simple one in like 256 colors, and you're just very simple, and I just want the original. I don't want the multiplayer or the multi-shape or the three-dimensional ones. I just want the old classic, just to disconnect my brain. I don't want it to be raped by colors and sound. That's not why I play. I want to disconnect from anything else. So it's just social media in gaming form. So yeah, no, it's sad though. I miss some of the older ones.
You've said all this, and you started getting me nostalgic about getting. Well, it's the PlayStation's just at the side of me now, and playing through Resident Evil again. I think I'd quite enjoy that. It's definitely been long enough where I can't remember how I have to finish the game.
You know, you say that now, but once you start playing, it is. I don't remember. It was a few years ago. Someone published you could play some old games on your computer, and then I just tried. I think it was the first episode of Doom. Haven't played it in 20 plus years. And then once I pressed play, and it's like, I knew exactly where to go.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I need to go right here. And then, ooh, here's a secret door. Click on that one, get the chainsaw, go on. And like, it's weird how that is stuck somewhere back in your brain. You thought you'd forgot, but once you're there, you're back on autopilot.
The gaming equivalent of muscle memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This enemy moves this direction, and I should go this way. I don't know why, but I should. Oh yeah, here's that power up, and it's I don't want to know how much of my brain long-term memory is like maps for games and just walkthroughs and that sort of thing on how to do stuff.
And what I also realized when I was looking at old games, I played a video game series called Max Payne.
Yeah.
And in the first video game, it starts with like a cutscene where he loses his wife and kid. And it's like it. I mean, in the first 2 minutes of that game, you are so pissed off at everyone. So you are just going into you're not playing a game. You're gonna kill everyone who done anything wrong. I mean, you're so angry going in. It's a really good game. And then they made the sequel. I mean, not as good because, of course, some years has gone by, and of course, you're now old and bitter game character. But still, I remember they had this new thing where you could throw yourself sideways out doorways and so on, and then hit a button and you get slow motion, and you can shoot in slow motion, and it was really cool. So you just played the entire game just throwing yourself in slow motion while shooting.
Yeah.
And that I think I played while at university, and then of course I finished university and got a job, and then did not have time to game as much. And what I realized now, they made a third game, which I did not. I mean, it wasn't even on my radar. So there is a third game in that series. Like, oh, or maybe I should download and play that. But yeah, no. I don't think I need to play a game where I'm angry. So I want the old like puzzle and mysteries, and low pace, 2D, not 3D. I think that's the one I'm gonna do for a day.
Yeah, I don't think the premise of in the first scene your wife and kid is murdered. It's gonna feel that good nowadays that I have a wife and kid. I mean, it felt better, I think, when I didn't have one.
Yeah, that's a valid point. I remember I got really pissed off, and it was I mean, they really know how to push your buttons in that game to get you going. And yeah, having played that for the first time now with a wife and kids, as you say, yeah, I don't want to see that anger. I mean, I might just be sitting on my office floor in a fetal position crying. I'm not sure. It's either one of those. Yeah.
Yeah, I realized that have more. Having kids has made me not like seeing dead kids on in media as well, like the Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome, a movie where mostly everyone who dies are kids. That's that felt a little off when I realized that, seeing it as an adult, and now watching the Netflix series Sweet Tooth, that is partly filmed in. It's a post-apocalyptic thing, and partly it feels, I mean, a little uh, like a kids adventure movie. My kids on adventure in a dangerous landscape, and everything is a bit weird and quirky. And then it switches. Oh no, they came upon some soldiers and now they're dead. That feel. So you go from the happy jokingly, and then the kids are dead, and that's a bit off nowadays.
Yeah, but it's kind of fun though. I've seen. Was it? What's the movie with Patrick Swayze and the famous quote? You don't put baby in a corner.
Dirty Dancing.
Dirty Dancing. Yeah. I mean, it's a lot of those movies when you are a kid and like, yeah, those strict parents. Why can't they just relax a bit? And yeah, we just want to have fun. And then you watch those movies as an adult. I mean, she's 17 years old, for God's sake, and he's a 40-year-old man. Like, yeah, she should be grounded.
Yeah.
So now I take the size of the parents. I mean, very much so. But yeah, that being said, though, I can't. I mean, I can't watch sad movies involving kids anymore because I just no, I don't have the mental capacity to watch this. So I just switch on to something happy.
Yeah.
So, Havar, you're a girl dad. How are you going to respond when the girls bring a boy home for the first time? If that's the direction they're going, obviously.
Yeah. That's a hard question.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's better than they sneaking off home to the boy.
yeah, for sure.
That's easier to control, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Now I do have a shotgun, and of course I've
Yeah.
always heard the funny stories where you just meet them in the door and like, yeah, um, that's my baby girl over there, and I'm not afraid of going back to prison. So, but I mean, I'm hoping that I give them enough baggage, me and my wife, that they do decent choices, so that they bring home someone decent, so that doesn't fall for any trickster.
Yeah.
And I do really like the parents who say that. I mean, they really treat their girls, and they take them on dates and treat them with respect and so on, so that they learn how a real man should act. So when the first kid comes along and promising them things, say, "Oh, I've already seen that. I know how I should be treated. So yeah, you should try that on someone else." So
Yeah.
hopefully, the day that they bring someone home, it's going to be someone decent. But still, not going to like it most likely.
Yeah,
But
No.
I mean, it is a part of
but to
life.
be clear, they're not gonna bring someone home while you're being a YouTuber. So, Dad, are you going to film tonight? Please don't be weird. Please stay inside your workshop. Don't come out. Don't film in the yard. Don't walk around talking to the camera for 15 takes. Please.
Yeah. But that's also a thing. I can use that as leverage as well. I mean, you can come here, and if you behave, that's okay. And if not, I'm gonna make a video about it, or I'm gonna do something awkward, or talk about it on the podcast, or whatever. So yeah, it's like, but no, I don't believe in threatening that way. And then of course they will do whatever they do just outside of the house, and yeah, it's better that they feel safe enough to actually be at home and do whatever kids do. We all know what they do, so let's not think about that too much. So anyhow, let's.
Lily had a boyfriend when she was 7. That's that she just saw at school, and there was just a boyfriend just for the sake of a title with them. And one day she said, he would like to come and play at our house, Daddy. And I said, you can come round and ask me personally first. And obviously I never heard a thing from him. And since then we sent her to an all girls school, and she does ballet as hobby, so she has no spare time. So yeah, I've not had to deal with the whole boyfriend thing yet, but I know it's coming.
Yeah,
coming soon. As she's coming up for 15, so
yeah,
there's trouble around the corner.
I mean, I think she seems like a well balanced kid, so I don't think she'll take home any scoundrel. So yeah.
No, I don't think so either. But I think I'd struggle if he was a millionaire gentleman, to be honest with you.
I mean, she might take after Michelle and look who she hooked up with.
Yeah, she did pretty well for herself, didn't she? So.
That's the thing, though, that they might bring home someone who is close to or resembling yourself, and of course, it's like, it's that old conundrum. What if you met yourself? And I would hate myself. I mean, I would not go very well with myself, I don't think.
Yeah. What if she, if they bring home a boyfriend and, oh yeah, his dad works for Bosch, he's the director. Come on in, son, come on in.
Yeah. So, have you thought about marriage yet? Yeah.
Well, we're old-fashioned here. We operate the dowry system. But we've moved on from camels. It's tools now.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, but that is also a bit... I never thought about that when I started dating. And I mean, when you are together with someone for a certain amount of time, you get connected to their family as well. Either you want it or not, and sometimes you realize that you like the family just as much. So when you're breaking up, you also feel sad because you also lost other persons, because you can't, I mean, you can't go visit your ex mother and father-in-law because you liked hanging at their house on the weekends. So it doesn't work that way. So yeah, that's the... So if they brought home the Bosch executive kid and then it didn't go as well, then I would be sitting there in my workshop and like hating all my tools. Yeah, have to go Ryobi, and that's not an option. So yeah.
Yeah. If he comes home and says he works for Ryobi, it's like, get out.
This is a Bosch home. We have standards.
Yeah, I'm progressive and open-minded, but I mean, somewhere you have to draw the line.
Exactly.
Oh, Jesus.
where do we go from here? I need to blow my nose.
Go for it. Sure, edit.
Sure is. Got
That's
the mute
staying in,
button.
isn't it?
Yeah. Maybe we should cut it there then. This is my edit. This is a decent half pint, isn't it?
You've got about 25 minutes, I think.
20
Yeah, that's
perhaps.
not bad for a half pint.
No.
Now it's being Easter though, and we teased in the last episode that this is going to be the first Christmas special, but
No. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye. We didn't do much of a Easter special either in the main. So.
No. But
Where
then
do you
again,
go?
we can talk about that in the next episode. How we did not talk very much about the Easter. None.
Where do you go with the Easter special? I mean, what do...
I have no idea. It was Haavard's idea.
Yeah. What are your traditions this Easter to have an extra 2 days off this week?
Yeah.
The end.